Hey loves, it's Nduta again, and this time we're making chapati, butternut squash chapatis, and I'm just laying out my ingredients here. That's 2 cups, about 2¼ cups of butternut squash, all mashed up. You can blend to get that consistency, and I have grated onions. I also have some salt, a cup of milk, some sugar, all-purpose flour, and some water, hot water. So for this recipe I'm using 10 cups of flour. I started out with 8, but I later on added 2, and the reason we are using 10 is because I intend to make a big batch, and we have enough pumpkin for that, or rather the butternut squash. So I'm starting out with 2 tablespoons of sugar and same amount for salt. And I'm immediately adding, I just decided to add 2 cups there to make 10 cups of flour. Alright, and just mix it up a bit, and then we are ready to add our butternut squash. And this I just boiled and mashed it up, and I'm just measuring it to see how much was yielded, and that's 2 and about 1/4 cups, and I'll use all of it in this recipe. I'll use the rest eventually, so I'm just adding it into the flour, and this is what you need to do. Just mix lightly. Add your grated onion, that is like half a medium-sized onion, and you will not believe the taste this brings out. It's just so good. So, and the smell is amazing too. So these are worth a try. They are a bit challenging when rolling out because they tend to be a bit gluey, like they pull back together, but they're really delicious and so nice to look at, really soft. So I'm adding my cup of milk there. This is just to enrich, and also milk just goes very well with these chapatis. So you can add only milk, you can use just milk as a liquid, but I wanted to use some water. So this was really hot water. And not for any particular reason, I just wanted everything to be warm because I was using cold milk. So I wanted the mixture to be a little warm. So along the way, I decided to use chopped coriander because I thought, well, this yellow should go with some green, and it worked out well. The aroma was just something else. And at this time, I really needed that dough for about 10 minutes or so, and I'm ready to just add oil, stretch it a bit, mix everything together, and just put it aside to rest. You have to work out your dough for a smooth consistency. So with this part, I'm just incorporating the oil through and through. So that is how it looks. soft, a bit lumpy, but that should be sorted out once the dough rests. I know I've given it a good knead, so it really does need to rest now. So I'm just putting it in a cling foil to ensure that it doesn't crust. Okay, so it's ready to rest, and this is about 15 minutes later, and I'm ready to roll out and begin cooking. And so since this is a bigger dough than usual, the yield is about 25 or less chapatis. So that's like a packet of 2 kg flour. So I'm dividing into, also because my space is smaller, my work surface is smaller, so I'll just do the batch, divide into 2 batches and work with one at a time. Alrighty, so we roll out the first one. And if you're keen, you'll notice that it stretches back after all the rolling. It snaps back a little and it remains a bit thicker. So this is not your usual soft dough. It really does snap back, and the remedy for that is to let it rest for a while. So what I'm doing after dividing it like this, I will let the little balls rest for a while, so that when I'm rolling out the chapati, it will be so much easier, because once it rests and aerates, it becomes so much easier to work with. So I'm just rolling into smaller balls, that chapati size ball. So I do the same for this, for the remaining batch, and you can see the green is so cute, goes so well with the yellow. And so I'm dividing to my usual size. If you love big thick chapatis, you can do a bigger size. It's all about preference, and there's so many methods for rolling chapati. I just find this to be the simplest, and so this is the one I do most. But for purposes of showing the different methods, I can do another video and just show the different methods that people use, and I think that will be helpful, because everybody likes different ways of doing things. So it's good to learn all and then decide which one is the best for you, because with chapatis you have to practice a lot. So getting that round shape, getting the right recipe, the right temperature of liquids, it all depends with the practice. And also you have to do some research with your flours or flour. You have to try different ones and see which one suits you best. Right now I'm just so happy with the flour I get from both Great Value, that's Walmart, it's a Walmart brand, and King Arthur for the wholemeal. I don't mind King Arthur self-raising flour as well, but I use the Great Value as well. So if you're looking, if you're in the US and you're looking for a nice flour, I'd recommend those. The blue packet for wholemeal, and the pink self-raising flour, and then the brown King Arthur for wholemeal. It took me some time to find the right flour, so maybe this is helpful information for someone. If you're in Canada, the Compliments brand, Sobeys brand, I found it to be best, both for the wholemeal and all-purpose. I did not like the raw bean at all. It was so gluey and it would snap back whenever you roll. and it's a bit tough when you're chewing. So unless you're really good at it, I don't know, we can always share experiences. So that didn't work for me. So now I'm really settled on this 3 brands, 2 self-raising, 2 types of self-raising, King Arthur and Great Value. Yeah, so you can try and see if it works for you. Alrighty, so these are frying so nice. I like when they turn out so pretty. It just makes cooking fun because we eat with our eyes, right? Alright, this should be ready. So it takes about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes depending. You don't want your heat too high, you don't want it too low, because then it gets boring and the chapatis can be a little hard. So you need to heat the pan to a nice high and then now lower the heat. As you can tell, I'm using medium low. Is that medium low? Anyway, I have the heat over there. If you can check my cooker, my knobs, that's where I have the one that is pointing downwards. So that is just good. Once the pan is hot and I start to cook, I find that to be good. Sometimes if it feels lower, if I feel like the heat is low, I just go a number up or a number down if it's too high. So I just have it there, medium low, medium high, because I like a consistent heat. It helps with the outcome. So once you're getting the chapati out, it won't be like flowing, soft and all that. It takes a bit of rest to have it soft. Just like when you bake a product, it doesn't come out really soft until it sits for a while. Those who bake bread would know. I love how the color is popping. And I'm wiping out my pan when it remains with a lot of oil, because you don't want the next chapati to feel like it's already frying before it's heated up. You want the heat to hit it when it's dry so that it penetrates through and just aerates the whole chapati. That is how it forms layers. But if you put it in hot oil already, it just turns brown immediately, and so you won't have as much time and space to aerate it. So this is just a repeat of the process. So we won't be showing all. I just hope you see how simple it was. It's really simple, right? So once you have the right temperature, in fact, I don't worry too much about the temperature of the liquids, as long as it's warm or lukewarm. I worry more about the flour. If the flour is not right, if it's not mixed right and well balanced, you would have issues. So to me, it doesn't matter if I'm using water or milk. I just love milk for enriching. And I love how chapatis with milk don't feel stringy when you're biting. I hope you know what I mean. So we keep going on. Dry pan again. And so we keep going. And we've made this many. We are almost finishing. and this look really good. The outcome is consistent. The color is amazing. Generally, I'm happy with the outcome. I didn't like the stretching. I didn't like the rolling out. It feels a bit like it stretches back. It snaps back. Once you roll, it snaps back. So that is not fun, and that is so unlike the wholemeal. White flour can have that effect sometimes, like you roll out and then it snaps back. I know many of us have had that experience, so that is why I use milk. Actually, it helps lay it out. Like when you're stretching, it's easier to work with, but when it's not, you just have to put a bit more effort, but it's always worth it. Alrighty, so that is how good they look. I'm telling you, this is not camera effect. They're so appetizing on the eye. And they're really fun to cook once you have them all rolled out. You see that shape? That happens because of snapping back and just having to rework. But you have to do what you have to do. So as far as rolling out, I would say that is quite the challenge. And I don't cook this often, so the one time I cook is worth the effort. We do the wholemeal chapatis more. They're easier to make and healthy, I think. So yeah, see that misshapen chapati? That's because of the rolling challenges. But in the end, it works out fine. So we're almost at the finishing line. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Just like and comment on what you would like us to cook next, what you're curious about making. I'll try out the recipe for you. So just let me know what you think. Let me know which is your favorite, and the stew that you like serving it. You know what I'm missing? I'm really missing green grams. Really missing green grams. If I get green grams anywhere, be sure I'll be doing a recipe on them. So far, I've just found kamande, and the other day I found black beans, so that is awesome. See, look at that. Look at that chapati. Really soft. Those are the ones that have rested a bit. So thank you for watching. Enjoy watching this, and I hope you try them out and see how it works for you. They're really not difficult at all. So blessings. See you on the next one. Thank you and bye-bye.